Class 12, Subject History, Chapter 2, King, Farmers and Towns. And our topic for today is how important was the empire. Here in this topic, we are talking about the Maurya Empire. Now, in this, we are going to discuss about the importance of this empire. See, empire, which means an extensive group of states or countries under a single supreme authority, formally, especially an emperor or empress. Okay, now let's have a look on the importance of this empire. When historians begin reconstructing early Indian history in the 19th century, the emergence of the Mauryan Empire was regarded as a major landmark. Here we are talking about the time 19th century when historians begin reconstructing early Indian history. Then what emerged? The Mauryan Empire, which was regarded as a major landmark. The importance of Mauryan Empire was very high. It was one of the major landmarks of that time. India was then under colonial rule and was part of the British Empire. Okay, colonial, something which is related to colony, characteristics of a colony. Okay, so India was then under colonial rule and was part of British Empire. Actually, that time they were against of British Empire. 19th and early 20th century Indian historians found the possibility that there was an empire in the early India, both challenging and exciting. In 19th and 20th century, that time, Indian historians found what? They found the possibility that the empire means Mauryan Empire in early India. The empire was challenging and exciting. They found that the empire was challenging and exciting. Okay. Also, some of the archaeological which is related to archaeology. Also, some of the archaeological finds associated with the Mauryas, including stone sculpture, were considered to be example of the spectacular art typical of empires. See, they found so many sculptures as a example of the spectacular, very good, very fine art of empire. So they find the archaeological things which was associated with the Maurya, and they were very fine. Many of these historians found the message on Ashokan inscriptions very different from that of most other rulers, suggesting that Ashok was more powerful and industrious, as also more humble than later rulers who adopted grandiose title. See, many of these, there are so many historians. What they found the message on Ashokan inscriptions. They found some messages on Ashokan inscriptions, which was very they think that the messages uh, which was wrote on the inscriptions are different from other rulers. Means what was written on Ashokan inscriptions was different from others. Okay, as we all know that Ashok was one of the most powerful kings of the Indian subcontinent in ancient times. He was very peaceful, respected, intelligent king. Ashok was also named to be unique ruler. Okay, so everybody praises him They think that whatever message he wrote on inscriptions are different from others. Ashok was more powerful, more industrious, more hardworking than the other rulers who adopted grandiose titles. मीन्स वहाँ पे कुछ ऐसे किंग्स भी थे, रूलर भी थे, जिन्होंने बहुत बड़े बड़े टाइटल ले रखे थे, ठीक है. बट अशोक वॉज मोर humble, more powerful, more hardworking than them. So it is not surprising that nationalist leaders in the 20th century regarded him as an inspiring figure. So in 20th century, the people, the nationalist leaders regarded Ashok as an inspiring figure, as an inspiring king. Okay, there is no surprise in this, because Ashok was, as we all know, that he was powerful, industrious, respected, peaceful, calm, intelligent, very hardworking king. Yet how important was the modern empire? It lasts for about 150 years, which is not a very long time in the vast span of the history of the subcontinent. See, according to them, it lasted only for 150 years, which is not very long time of the subcontinent. According to them, it is not very long time, not very much, you know, of the history. If you look at the map too, you will notice that the empire did not encompass the entire subcontinent. Encompass, which means encircle. So here they are saying that if you look at the map, you will also notice, you will see that the empire did not encompass the entire subcontinent. Means it did not encircle, it did not spread to in the whole entire subcontinent. Means subcontinent में ये नहीं फैल पाया था. If you look at the map, you will notice that the empire did not encompass the entire subcontinent, and even with the frontiers of the empire, frontiers which means border of the empire, control was not uniform. They are saying that within the frontiers, means within the border of the empire, कंट्रोल वॉज नॉट यूनिफॉर्म, यानी कि बॉर्डर के अंदर, यानी उस टाइम पे उस किंगडम में भी इनका कंट्रोल पूरे तरीके से नहीं था, सिमिलर नहीं था, एक जैसा नहीं था, यूनिफॉर्म नहीं था. दे डोंट हैव द uniform control or similar control. You can say that they don't have that much control in their kingdom also. By the 2nd century BCE, new chiefdoms and kingdoms emerged in several parts of the subcontinent. And now, lastly, by the 2nd century, in this they're talking about the time 2nd century BCE, new chiefdoms and kingdoms emerged in several parts of the continent. Means in different parts of the continent, new chiefdoms and kingdoms emerged. So this empire was important, but it lasted only for about 150 years only, which is not a very long time. So that's all for today. Thank you so much.